Hey,
Look at Daddy. Look at Daddy.
Hey guys, my mommy's making my favorite, so I'm putting grits.
Alright, so to get started, we're going to come on over here, and I've got my bacon already chopped up. So I'm going to throw this in a pan and let it get going. And so what I'm going to do is get this bacon going, and then once it... So when I'm cooking bacon like this, if I'm not eating the bacon by itself, I like to cut it in strips. I don't know, for some reason I think it's fun to like stir it up, and it seems to cook more. It seems to cook more evenly. So I'm gonna cook it like this, and then I'll get my shrimp. I'll let my shrimp cook in the bacon grease so we can get all that goodness from there. So I've got my shrimp. You know, we're gonna go ahead and get it seasoned. So I've got my Old Bay. You know, I don't measure anything. I just shake it in there until I think it looks good. Look at this Old Bay going. Alright, we got our Creole. I like a lot of seasoning on my shrimp and grits. We've got garlic powder. Seasoning's kicking my butt. Alright, we've got seasoned salt. Oh my gosh.
When you say your butt, once you said our butt, it made me laugh.
Alright, and then of course we got salt and pepper. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and throw in some Italian seasoning also.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to stir this up. Whew, that, ooh. If it doesn't make you cough, you have not put enough seasoning on it.
Making my nose runny.
It's making your nose runny? Alright. Alright, so now I'm going to set that to the side. Get this bacon going.
I want to see the bacon going.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get my shrimp. We'll go ahead and get my
grits.
grits. I'm going to go ahead and get my grits going. Instead of water, I'm going to use chicken broth.
What the heck?
Because it's just going to give it a lot more flavor. See? See, that lets you know you got enough seasoning when everybody starts sneezing. Oh, and the bacon's starting to sizzle.
Whoa, I can smell it. It smells delicious. That bacon smells delicious, Mommy.
I'm not going to use all of that because I want to use that for my...
Sure. Mommy, shrimp.
That's probably going to be enough. Alright.
I'm going to put it in.
And the rest I'm going to use water.
Well, I can see because I want bacon. Hi, guys. Hi. I hope it
Alright. So I got my chicken broth and a little bit of water back there. Can y'all hear that?
I can smell it. It smells delicious, Mom.
Alright, so I've got over here,
I can see it.
I've got peppers, red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, and an onion. I like the colorful ones. I think they taste better, and I also think they're prettier, so that's why I use those. I'm going to go ahead and throw these into my pan.
That was delicious.
Oh, it's a lot, but that's going to give it so much good flavor. I don't think I put this many in the last one. Alright. And then I'm going to give me some butter to go in that. Yeah, we are not shy when it comes to butter. Alright, so we're going to pop this on here.
I can see it.
Alright, and then I'm also going to throw in some minced garlic in this.
Garlic sounds like good.
Alright. Putting on our bacon. Oh, jeez.
Grits my favorite!
Alright.
do this
I'll
one.
whisk out. Y'all, I don't do grits on the stove unless I got a whisk. I don't know how you keep it from clumping without a whisk. Alright, alright, so I want to make sure that butter gets down in there.
That's gonna be delicious.
Oh, yeah. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put a little seasoning on this over here just because I want to make sure every aspect, oh god, that bacon's popping. Every aspect of this meal has a little bit of flavor in.
That season smells delicious. Huh?
Alright, so our bacon's ready. So I'm going to take it out. I want to make sure that I leave enough. That's Ashton getting excited. Hey!
This is my baby brother.
So I'm going to leave enough of that grease to make sure we can cook our shrimp in that. Woo!
Oh my gosh, this one.
Okay. And we still got our peppers and onions over here cooking down. To me, the best shrimp and grits is a very creamy shrimp and grits with tons and tons of flavor. Shrimp and grits is one of my favorites.
And that's my favorite too. My mommy guys do cook.
Alrighty. Alright, so now
Maybe the pieces.
I'll go ahead and put in my shrimp. Ooh, yes. How that seasoning is just caked on there.
Hey,
Gosh, this looks
don't do
good.
that, don't do that. Oh, watch out.
Alright, so I've got my shrimp cooking down in that bacon grease. I'm also going to add some butter. Just because that's going to help that. God, it's going to be so creamy and good and delicious. Alright. Why are you getting my hands?
I thought that was part of the process.
Wash your hands. Keep your hands clean. Alright, I really need this grit water to boil. Let's boil. Alright. Turn this back on. God. Alright, so I finally got my grits, the water ready. Go ahead and add those in. Got my little whisk going. I've never been a big fan of cooking grits on the stove, but here recently I've started doing it all the time. And it's really not that bad. Ugh. Hey, what you think? Are you excited about the shrimp and grits? Yeah? Are you hungry? Alright, so I'm going to put my lid on those grits. My shrimp is just simmering. They're pretty much ready to go. Just waiting on my peppers and onions to get finished. I'm going to add them in with my shrimp. I'm going to do some chicken broth and I'm going to do some heavy cream all in this one pan. And yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited? So before we add in our peppers and onions, me and my beautiful taste tester are going to try these delicious shrimp.
They're good.
All right, good job. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move these grits off the heat. Now we need butter. Like I said, we are not scared of butter in our house. I don't even think that's enough. I think we need more. So I'm going to go ahead and get me some more butter to go in there. My favorite grits was when I was in college and I was hostessing at a place called Christopher's. And they had these Gouda cheese grits that were just amazing. So now I don't have Gouda, but I got some just regular cheddar. And I'm gonna add that in because to me cheese grits, when you have a dish like this, when you've got shrimp and grits, you gotta have cheese grits. They're just so much better. All right, so I'm gonna take my cheddar. Like I said, it's just regular cheddar. I'm gonna just dump it in there. Again, Mama, if you're watching, I know you're cringing because I do not measure anything. That's part of the fun. Just kind of see how it turns out each time. Get a clip. All right, that looks pretty good to me. Maybe a little bit more salt. We probably got enough salt because of the cheese, but we'll put a little bit more salt. More pepper. All right. So now, all right, I'm just gonna set this aside now. Our grits are ready. Now we're gonna get the rest. This over here. All right, I'm putting it back on my eye. I'm gonna add some chicken broth.
What's chicken broth? Chicken broth.
It's broth from the chicken.
It smells delicious.
And then now, we got our heavy whipping cream.
That looks heavy.
Again, I don't measure. I just pour until it looks the way I want it to look. Just give it a good pour.
That smells delicious.
All right, I'm gonna let that simmer while I add in. Ooh, yeah, I almost missed the mark on that one. All right, so I added in my peppers and onions. Oh my gosh, can you get a close up on this? Look at that.
Yummy.
And now I'm just gonna let that kind of simmer so that everything can soak up and, what is it, mold together? Melt together? What is it? All right, so we're gonna let that simmer for a minute before we start putting everything together. All right, so now it's time to plate. I've got my cheese grits over here. I get a big portion of those. Oops, make a mess, that's how we do. All right, so the last time I did this, I actually bought, I actually bought the shrimp with the tails on, and so that kind of made for a mess when it came to eating them. So, just a tip. Just a tip, when you're buying your shrimp, make sure you buy the ones that are already, have the tail off.
Mommy, I don't want that.
And then we got our little bacon crumbs. Yeah, ready? All right, so I put my bacon crumbs on there. Normally I would have chives, but I forgot to get those. But that still looks delicious. Y'all, please try this. Try it at home. Shrimp and grits used to sound really scary. Like, how could I ever make that at home? But it's really not that hard. Try it. Let me know what you think. Bon appetit. Shut up.